Hey y'all, so back on for another tutorial with this paper and UV resin. So we're going to do a complete experiment. I know I've been telling y'all we're doing a different medium this time, and 1000%. We are going whole different medium completely. And it is a little bit of a trial and error. So we will see how it goes. And we are going to see how it goes, is my thinking on it. So I am right now just looking at a few different mica powders and pulling those out because that is what we are going to use as our surprise medium. We are going to use mica powders and kind of create a paint with them. Sorry, I was looking at colors and thinking at the same time. So with that, we're going to pull some different colors, create kind of a paint per se with them, and then add that to our paper and seal under our resin. So we'll see. Okay, complete total. I've never ever done this. So my daughter had these like little slime containers that the slime was dried out. So it's like, pull the slime out and throw the slime away. But I want the containers because I think I can always use little containers. And I was like, this is perfect for this particular experiment. This is what I want. So I'm going to get a little spoon. I'll say this. It's just like a little plastic fun spoon. Okay. And I've picked out, just a variety of micas here. I've got 8 different ones. Okay. Some fun colors in there. Just some variety. Maybe I need a yellow or gold. I feel like. Yeah. Let's do this one. Okay, so we have 9 different colors. So I have 9 of the containers, right? And we're going to need our rubbing alcohol. Yep, and we're going to need more because that's nearly empty. Oops. Let me just run things over in my workspace. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the rubbing alcohol in this bottle. I have some in it already, but I think it's going to be easier for me to control than even this one with the spout. And then I'll refill this one with, here's the alcohol I get from Amazon. I did it as a subscribe and save, and I've only gotten one order of it because I don't go through, I mean, I use this all the time, but I don't go through enough for that to need more. So it's just because this doesn't have a spout from Amazon. There's no spout. It's just a lid on it, and I don't like that. I want more of a spout and a control. So this Equate bottle, I've seen them. They appear to have the same spout. I've seen this exact bottle at Walmart. So it's the Equate brand. But as you can see, it has the spout, whereas the Amazon just has the lid. So spout gives us control when we're using it on paper towels. Okay, so that was sidebar. So this now has the alcohol in it. I did a little research. So micas won't mix well with water, but they do pretty good apparently with alcohol. It's probably going to give us a little bit of a unique colorant just because of my thinking would be just because the UV resin and the alcohol might kind of react. So we'll see. So this is Jewel by my favorite brand, Counterculture DIY. And I'm just gonna, I have no clue because I've never done this, so I'm just gonna plop a whole spoonful into the container. Okay, I'm gonna seal it. And what I was thinking about is with these, I can just shake it. And it didn't take much for that to blend. Look at that. That was pretty. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so we're going to do that 9 more times. Sure. Like, if I can get this open. There's a little bit of slime in there left over. We'll put green in. This is Psychedelic, which looks super fun. They taped it for shipping. I think they've changed their style. Oh, I really didn't want to take my whole label off, but I guess that's what we did. Maybe I can tape it back on there so I can remember what color this is. But they've changed up how they are doing their micas, and I haven't ordered since then. I probably don't need that much, but we're gonna get it. I'm thinking probably putting in my alcohol first is going to be the better option. But we'll try it both ways since we put the alcohol first the last time. Ooh, that's going to be pretty. It's kind of a gross color. It's not as pretty as I thought it would be. Maybe when it comes out on the paper, it'll be prettier. I'm like, okay, we'll see. I'm glad I did as much as I did. I might go ahead and wipe my spoon off so that I don't transfer the micas in between. This is a beautiful Sunshine Gold. This is one I just got off of Amazon. And it's just stunning. It kind of worked out good to do it that way. And maybe I won't put as much rubbing alcohol. These work out really good. Whew. That is so pretty. Like, so pretty. Okay. 6 more. Still a little piece of slime. Okay, so this is Rose. I like that they put the label on the top. As you can see, I've not used these because they're still sealed. Forgot to wipe our spoon off. Doesn't have to be perfect, but go ahead and wipe the spoon so that I don't have to worry about that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and just get the rest of these into. So this is one that was gifted to me. It's kind of a shape-shifting color, which I like. It's duo red and blue on it. So I like that one. This is Ring of Fire. Ring of Fire. I realized perfection, or perfection. I was obsessing over that on the last episode. It's from Friends. It's from one of my favorite episodes. It's when Chandler gets stuck in a bank vestibule and he gets offered gum and he doesn't take it at first, and then he decides it would be nice, and instead of saying a stick would be nice or a piece would be nice, no, he said a piece would be perfection. And then he goes in his head and like, why did I choose that word of all words? Oops, I bumped that going down. This is a greenish blue. This is also from the same kit as that Sunshine Golden. It's a beautiful color. No tracks. I'm going to have to put those dogs away. I thought about it, but it's so early for them to go up. So, hold on. Okay, back. Yeah, it's so beautiful out there. There's dogs walking. So, they lost their mind, and they have been on one today. Anyway, Violet. This is from that kit that I was gifted. And so that's a really pretty color. You see it almost has like a interface going with it. And one more color is going to be blue, sky blue. This is also from a kit that I was gifted. So here's sky blue. Looks pretty sky blue to me. Okay. Now let's add our rubbing alcohol. I don't know how much, y'all. I'm just, ooh, look at how pretty that reacted. Okay, so I basically used a whole bottle of that. It's not a ton, but just noting. And I'm gonna shake these up. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Alright. Kind of nice that I did the 3 and then did 6, because I can put one in each hand and shake them up. Which I like. So then, now we have our quote-unquote mica paints. Liquid micas is what we're going to call them, okay? And so, we're going to do our papers again. Oh, well, there was alcohol there. I have a feeling this one is going to absorb it really quick. And we're probably going to have to do this and let that set up and dry before we add our resin. Because, what do we know? UV resin and paper, or UV resin and liquid and moisture don't do well together. So, that's fine. Just forewarning us that we're probably going to need to do that. Alrighty. Let's see here what I want. What I really, really want. Okay. So I have a paintbrush. It's just a relatively cheap one. Okay, so nothing fancy. I am going to shake it before I open it, just because I want to make sure that mica does mix in before I get it, my paintbrush in it. And then we're going to do just kind of like watercolor. And we're going to just swirl. Not swirl, but like, you know. I'm just going to do a little like that. Oh, I like how it splattered. I do have a thought for that too, which I might try a little bit here in a moment. So I'm using my brush to kind of stir it too. And I realize they're going to kind of blend because it's like watercolor. But I'm hoping when we get it under the UV resin that it just pops in beautifulness. Okay, I would suggest putting on a glove for this part. So I'm going to do that really quick because I can see that I'm just dripping this all down my hand. And I'd rather not become a sparf or, you know, such. Now, if you notice, I haven't been too worried about like putting the brush back in, but where this is a lighter color, I went ahead and kind of wiped off my brush before I'm going to put it in. Can't really see that, but I know it's there, so we'll see how that reacts under the UV resin. Just because, again, it's not really there. See, so glad that I grabbed a glove because these containers are messy. Did I do this one? I think that was that one. Let's do blue. That one's pretty. And it's kind of doing its thing there, so I'm just going to let that one go with that. And I get we're probably not going to get all these colors under our tester, so I might just do an area that's like, yeah, we're going to do just a splatter area and see what happens. Because I just realized the piece that we work with is so small that it's not going to catch, there's like a string on it. It's not going to catch that big of an area. So that might be a problem, especially with this, the way it's like spreading. I don't know. We'll see. This may or may not work, but you know what? Don't know till we try. So we're experimenting. Gave me another thought too. I might extend this series because I just had a thought. Okay, so that's going to definitely need to dry. But while I was doing that, I had this thought, and I don't know if this will work, but I really kind of want to try it. And so we're just gonna go right into it. So I have these liquid pigments that I got from Counterculture DIY. And I'm just gonna do like they kind of are like alcohol inks. They're called liquid pigments, and they don't have the alcohol in them. So I'm going to just do a little tester section over on the side here, and this will be an additional little experiment. We'll see what happens. I have no clue. Oh, these are sealed, just like if you got an alcohol ink. So you do have to pop that seal, and I have a tool to do that. Well, it's not like anything fancy. It's a tack. It was such a disaster over here in my craft space because I was organizing again. Shocker. This is just a tack to break the seal here. But anyway, I was doing some rearranging and organizing, and I spilled a cup of glitter all over my workspace on my mat. Luckily it's off to the side, not where I, video here, but I was just like, are you kidding me? So I've got a big pile of glitter over there. Y'all can't see it, thank goodness. But I was like, I cannot believe that I just knocked that cup of glitter and then knocked it all over my space. So I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do as far as getting it up, because it's on the silicone mat, so it's not going to like sweep up very easily, but we'll see. I figure that out at some point when I need that space, when I'm like, oh, I really could use that corner. I'll be like, oh, I think I'll clean that up now. That's my theory. Okay, so as you can see with the liquid ink, I'm just doing random dots pretty much. So just giving us some color. Not sure how it's going to work, but again, not overly concerned if it fails. And so this is a white. I'm just more adding it so that it can thin some of that pigment out and give us more unique coloring. Of course, it's doing all the teal. There's a pink. Those might have already dried before I got to it. So we'll see how that works. Might have did a little much, but oh, it could be kind of cool. Might be kind of cool. So we'll let that dry as well. I want to do one more thing because we are trying and experimenting, and it's given me this just complete randomest idea. I want to try alcohol inks. So sorry, y'all. I couldn't stop that one from coming. Oh my goodness. Okay. See, we're just taking this to a whole nother level. This is going to have to be 2 episodes for sure. This might have to go on a bigger piece to test it. Alcohol inks tend to spread more than the others. I'm going to keep the colors that I used. I'm just choosing at random, so no particular reason why I did the colors I did. Literally just pulled them out as random as can be. I want to purple in here. I'll probably just do 3 colors and then the white. I didn't get this one shook very well, but oops. Okay. That's probably all it needs. Alright, let's throw some white into that and let it do its thing. So this is a white alcohol ink that's meant to react with the alcohol ink. This is different than the liquid pigment. Yep, I grabbed the bottle that's sealed still. But it looked like the bottle that I've used. I'm pretty sure this one's. Whew. I think we gotta get white in there. That dries really fast. So if you don't get the white in it, it's gonna dry really fast. And I'm gonna just take my brush and do like a little swirl. I know it's kind of, but we'll see. Again, this is total experiment. So I'm gonna move that to the side, and so it can dry. And then we're gonna bring our thicker paper. Ooh, let's swipe that up. That's our alcohol inks. Bled through the copy paper. Okay, more so than our other. It's kind of funny. Okay, so here's our mica. I'm not going to do as big of an area painting, just because we realize that probably not going to be the way we go with it, but I feel like the mica is doing better on the thicker paper, for sure. Like, I feel like we really got some mica in there. Well, don't have that sit on its side, because yes, they work for shaking them, but they do not work sealing the liquid when they're on their side. That one's definitely lighter. Oh, then I got another one back there on its side. Goodness gracious. Let's just make a big old mess of this tonight. Yeah, I feel like it did much better on this paper than it did the other paper. For sure, for sure. I still want to do one more thing with this mica stuff, but we'll finish getting this put together, and then we'll, oops, well, kind of am doing what I kind of want to do over here, but unintentionally. Green that I thought was going to be so pretty, that looks really weird. Okay, well maybe if it gets some of the concentration, but it's still very strange. Okay, I think I'll add a little pink in here just to try to give us a little bit of, but it's almost like it's muting. It's not really brightening this up, but okay. That's fine. That's fine. Alright, let's try the, yeah, whatever these are again. Liquid pigments. Like, just gonna experiment a smidge. I'm gonna pull my white out so that I have it ready. Ready to roll. Oh, you aren't popped. Like, come on. So it's just a little tack, but the problem is it's such a small spot that you're working with. And I know that as this dries, like, I like this pink. So we're just gonna do that. I'm like, as it dries, it gets less that it's gonna move probably. Why not, right? Have fun with it. Have fun. And I'm just, with this, I just chose random colors. So, and I'm gonna add a little bit of white to it. And we're gonna see what happens. I think because the paper absorbed it so much quicker. It's like it's not mixing. So like on this paper, you could almost just leave it and not do the white. Or maybe the white goes in first. Yeah, maybe it's the white has to go down first. And let that absorbs some of it. That seems to be the trick. I think this is that pink that we did. I think. fun. Let's try our alcohols. Shake them up a little bit more. Almost, because it's red, looks like it could be a crime scene happening. Whoa, okay, that one came out the way it came out. Okay. Again, with the way it like absorbs, because this paper is more absorbent, it does things a little bit different, that's for sure. So this is like almost dry and not even able to really mix or react, which is interesting. I'm just gonna do like a funny thing and see. Okay, so moving on. That was fun. It was a fun little experimenting. We'll see how they react under the UV resin and see. I probably won't do both versions of like peeling off the back and so forth. We'll see. We'll figure that out. But now what I would like to do is put our colored micas into a little spray bottle and spritz a section that's just like splattered, kind of like this did it, but give it a little bit more color. So I'm probably only going to choose like 3 to 5 colors because I don't want to overdo it. We don't need a ton. So the ones that are calling me are this teal, the purple. I think I gotta get yellow in there. I just put mica powder on my forehead. Yep. And I want to get a pink, I think. I like this pink. This fuchsia. So, and I grabbed 4 things, so let's go with the 4 colors. I think that's good. Although, I'm going to throw in this kind of light one. Okay. Now I'm happy. Ish, right? Alright. Because guess what? I rearranged and organized. What does that mean, y'all? It means I can't find stuff. Actually, I really didn't do much this time, but alright, so I have a little funnel. So I'm going to move our paper out of the way because I just have a feeling that I might make a mess. Hee hee. You know, I don't trust myself. Huh. These open, right? Have to. So that my glove is... Did I get a faulty one? Okay. Sure. Okay, got it. It kind of pops off. I had to figure out how to get it open. Okay. So it's going to be probably kind of messy. Should have put gloves on the other hand. Look at that. Pretty. This paper towel is actually very pretty because it's getting all kinds of colored. Okay, so it's not a twist. It's definitely a, well, maybe it's a twist and a pull. Okay, nope, it snaps in place. So there is our purple. I just want to see. I don't know. Oh yeah, see how it just like spritzed a little bit of color? That's what I'm looking for. So we'll see how this works. Another one of these. Okay. Really don't need the lids because, oh, okay, well we popped that part off. Okay. getting better. Getting better, y'all. I was a little worried about myself there for a second. I was like, this shouldn't be this hard. I'm gonna have to wash my hands like crazy. Dump that in. These might just go in the garbage. It's like the perfect amount though for these little spray bottles. But definitely want to make sure it clicks. Just try and keep all my stuff. But off the time-wise, oh, look at my fingers. Oh well. Oh, I just about tried to pour it without that. That would have been quite hilarious. May not work. I do love this Sunshine Gold. It's one of my favorites. I use it for a lot of things. Okay. I haven't been super worried about this, but it's definitely got a lot of that gold left. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of clear rubbing alcohol down it just to flush that out before we do these light pinks. So I'm getting better at opening these little spray containers. What up? Oh, that one's a wee bit full. We didn't use as much apparently. Or I had more mixed. But perfect amount. I love how they look. I really do like how they look. It'd be kind of fun to see about spraying those into the resin, whether it be regular resin or UV resin. You have to be careful with UV resin just because of the curing process. I mean, you do too with poured resin, but poured resin, you've got more give than you do with UV resin. UV resin, because you don't have very much, you could thin it too much and it would not cure up. And this is why we have silicone mats down, you know, because we make a mess and they just wipe up. I hear this one click. There it is. I was like, I know. It's just so pretty. It's just mesmerizing, is what I want to say. So I think that paper towel is pretty well loved, I would say. So it retires. Let's grab our copy paper back. So here you can see our different areas that we have going on the copy paper. I'm going to shoot for like over here. So I'm going to scoot it down so that y'all can see this. Oops. Well, I sprayed. Oh, look at that. It kind of came out like spray paint would. I kind of am liking this. Like, that's kind of cool. It's not the exact look that I thought it was going to do, but I do like it. That could be interesting. Look at that. I mean, oh, you know what, y'all? I plugged in this light and then I never turned it on. Look at that. I don't know why it's got this like line here. I don't know. It was something with my silicone mat. But look how shimmery these are. So these could turn out really pretty. Now some of the mica sprayed over here, so we'll have to factor that in when we do that one. There's no avoiding it because it did spray that entire area, but just we'll know that that's the yellow part, that if that pops more, we'll just know. Okay, so on this one, now that y'all can actually see, I'm so sorry that I didn't have that light on. I went to turn it on and I realized it wasn't plugged in, and then I had to do something. I had to go get something. And, oh, I had to get the slime containers. I was like, I don't know what I went to get. And when I went to get that, I forgot to come back and actually turn on the light. So here's what we have here. So we're going to do this corner. I'm going to do pink first. See, it like comes together. Oh, it's very pretty. I am so shimmery. I'm going to be a sparkle girl tomorrow. That gold is on point. Yes. Love it. Love it. Okay. We're going to let these fully dry because they need to be... Doesn't that look like spray paint? Like, and it has a shimmer. Oops. Like, I don't want it to be per se the top color. Oops. Okay. Hint. Look at where you're spraying before you spray. Oh, Lord. Oh my gosh. These, like, don't spray perfectly, okay? I just love the shimmer that it's giving off. I did a little too much yellow in there. But there's not really any going back because the other colors don't have enough to overpower it. And I feel like now I'm just getting brown-ish color. But we'll see. It may turn out prettier on paper. Or, I mean, under resin is what I was going to say. On paper. We are on paper. I'm going to do another little corner because I just think it's fun. And different lighting, I'm getting different looks. Oh, that's perfect. That's all I want to do. No more. Don't touch it. Okay, so we're going to let these dry fully, probably overnight, and then we'll come back and we'll do UV resin on them and see how they turn out. And hopefully this is a new fun little way that you can make, you know, some colored liquid micas and do sprays. I kind of wonder too about throwing in like alcohol ink in it, but I don't know if you want to do a full bottle of alcohol ink, and I don't know if I want to test it on my good alcohol ink, so I might get some cheap ones and try it just to see if I like the look, and then if I do, maybe venture out on it. So yeah, that's what we got. So from here we'll let that dry, and then we'll do some, this one is spreading, so I got to get it on a flatter surface so that we don't ruin our area there. And we'll test this out and see what they look like under the UV resin, and then compare all of our results, because we have a lot of results from this one. So this one might turn into an 8-parter. Oh gosh, I have to show y'all. So I spilled that glitter, okay? This mold fell into the pile of glitter. Now, it's got, oh no it doesn't. I thought it had some resin in it that was cured from like a leftover pour, but it doesn't. So the good news is, because it doesn't, I could just go throw this in some water and wash that off, or use some tape and then wash it off. But I just looked over and saw that. I was laughing. Wear gloves doing this, just saying. And yeah, that's what I have for y'all. Hope you're enjoying this series, and I'll be back soon to put these under UV resin. See you guys again soon. Bye.